Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. Today I'm talking about women pull away when you do this. So there are some things that you may do to turn a woman off you, and I'm going to get into those. But firstly, I just want to stress that sometimes it's something going on with her. In fact, most of the time it's because there's something going on with her. You can do everything right. You could be playing it casual, just focusing on enjoying, having fun dates. You can do everything right. But if a woman is not emotionally ready yet, she can still pull away and lose interest in you and stop talking to you. So what I want to say about this is that what can sometimes happen is that if a woman has only just got out of a relationship, right, and let's say the ex comes back, or she just feels that she's not ready because she's only just got out of a relationship, or she still has feelings for her ex. Basically, if her feelings are just anywhere else but with you, and or finding someone new because she may be dating other people, then it's very likely that she is going to pull away. Okay, and I've seen this happen so many times. Basically, I get so many clients that come to me who are having problems with a woman that they were dating, okay, and then suddenly she just loses interest. And then they describe to me how she was talking about how her ex is still like talking to her, or she's only just got out of a relationship, and all these things. And it's like, that's the reason. That's what happened. That she just wasn't there yet, emotionally ready to be really finding someone else, and she shouldn't have been dating in the first place. Because ideally, when you get out of a relationship, you should wait a while before seeing people and dating people. It's a good idea to have some time to heal and to get over it. And then when you feel emotionally ready, you don't feel as intensely as you once did about the other person, then you know that you're in the right headspace to start meeting someone else, because you don't feel as strongly anymore towards your ex. Because if your emotions are still with your ex, you shouldn't be seeing other people. Unless it's a friends with benefits kind of thing, then fine. Or, if that's what you want to do with your life, then you do that. But ideally, when it comes to things like committing to a relationship and getting that committed feeling, you need to wait, really, after getting out of a relationship. Okay, so but then of course there are some things that you can do that can turn a woman off you. Okay, and basically this all comes down to, in a nutshell, right? When you have more feelings towards her than she does towards you, and you are letting that fact be very, very clear. Okay? So, let's say you're messaging her way more than she's messaging you. You are basically just heavily pursuing her. When you're out on a date, you're talking about romance. You're talking about romance and relationships instead of just focusing on having a good time and getting to know her. So there's, and also acting like a stalker as well is one of those things. Okay, and acting like a stalker looks like, again, when you're excessively messaging her, you're messaging her all the time, and you're maybe even double messaging. So like you may say, hey, how are you? You don't get a response within half an hour, so you send another, hey, how are you? Those kinds of things, right? And sometimes guys don't realize when they're doing that, because you think, oh yeah, that a guy who does that must be a stalker. But not all the time. Sometimes guys just really don't know that that's an inappropriate thing to do, and it's not going to make her like them more. It's displaying unattractive qualities. Okay, I don't know if you've ever had that experience. It may not be with someone that you're dating, but it could have been like with a friend, like when they've messaged you and then double messaged you, right? It can be really annoying, especially if you're in the middle of something. Okay, so let's say for example she's in the middle of something, she's doing something, and yeah, she keeps on getting ping, phone keeps on pinging because of you, right? It's gonna annoy her, yeah. It's gonna suffocate. It's gonna make her feel like she's trapped, and it's just not a really cool thing to do. I remember once, this was definitely like stalker energy that I had with this guy that I met, right? And I when I say I met, I don't mean that I met him as in like we went on a date or anything. I was on a bus. I'd gone to see some friends, and I was on a bus. This was before I could drive and things, and I think I was probably about 23, something like that. I'm 32 now, and I was on this bus, and I was on my own. I had an earphone in. I had a book. I think I had a book as well. And this guy came and sat next to me, even though there was other seats he could have sat on. He came and sat next to me. I was like, oh no, and he smelled really bad. And he was telling me about his life, and he kept on talking to me, and he was, yeah. Anyway, he was asking me really personal questions about myself, like, do you have a boyfriend? And I was just getting more and more uncomfortable, because first of all, I'm not interested anyway, because I'm a lesbian. But he was obviously trying to flirt with me, talk to me, and he smelled like a homeless person. I'm not even 100% sure if he wasn't a homeless person. And I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna like, I was like, oh, my phone's ringing, and then I just called my dad and my brother, and I was like, can you and my brother come pick me up, because because I texted them. I texted my dad before saying there's a guy who I feel really uncomfortable around, on talking to me on the bus. Can you guys come and get me? And I was like, also, can you please call me? I think that's what happened. Then my dad called me, but my dad was so unobvious about it though. he said to me like, he said, is he still sitting next to you? I'm like, Dad, he's right next to you. He can probably hear you down the phone. Stop it. Anyway, so I got off the stop, the next stop, and my dad and my brother were waiting for me, and they drove us all home, because I was still living with my parents at the time. I think so was he. So was my brother. But that's obviously uncomfortable behaviour, right? But this guy just wasn't reading the signs. He could tell that I was uncomfortable, yet he kept on trying. And to get him to leave me alone, I actually did give him my phone number, because I knew when he started texting me that I could just block his number and stuff. And oh my god, the amount of messages I got from this guy on the bus was insane. Like one after the other. I think he did this for like about 2 days, just sending me messages like every other minute. At least that's what it felt like. Especially to begin with. I think it did die off, and then eventually it did stop. But he just like kept on message after message after message. Now obviously that's an extreme example, and that guy did probably have some sort of like mental health issue, or he just was a stalker, some kind of, one of those kinds of people. But when you are messaging a woman a lot and you're double messaging, it's coming across like that. It's not as obviously as severe as that, but it's still coming across like that. So you have to not show so much how into her that you are. Now, this goes against like pretty much what everyone says, because if you talk to like your girlfriends, right, you like not your girlfriends, but obviously like, friends who are girls, and you talk to her about like, oh, how should I talk to this woman? They're like, oh, you should text her, you should tell her how you feel, you should be honest, you should be open. But when you actually do that kind of thing, you get friend zoned. Right? It's the wrong advice. The right advice would be to match and mirror her energy, and to keep your cards close to your chest about how you feel about her, until she starts expressing the same level of enthusiasm for you. When she starts saying, oh, I really, really like you, or, oh, I love you so much, that's when you can start saying those things back. And then you'll know, right? You won't right? You won't be, you won't be getting it wrong. You know that you'll be doing it at the right time, because she's already said it, right? Because sometimes guys are like, oh, when do I tell her that I like her? When do I tell her that I love her? I feel these things, but, I don't know if I'm doing it at the right time. Is it inappropriate to do it right now? When do I say these things? The best thing to say is when she said it. And then you know that you're not going to say it prematurely, So, it's all about then, as I said, in a nutshell, if she likes, if you like her more than she likes you, you have to back off a bit, right? You can't be displaying high levels of attraction for a woman when she's not feeling the same way yet. Because more than likely, if she's dating you, she's talking to each other, she will feel these things eventually. It's just that for whatever reason, she's not falling in love at the same rate as you are. And we all fall in love at different rates. You may meet a woman and it may take you a few months to fall in love with her, but you're still interested in her. But she might be in love with you like after the first couple of dates, or have a strong emotional connection to you. So, and the same is with women. They fall in love at different rates and speeds. So if for whatever reason you feel like you're falling in love faster, then you're the one that's going to have to hold back and not reveal that information until she has got to the same level. It's very polite, actually, a thing to do. It's not too much like game playing or having game or whatever, you know. It's a polite thing to do, to give that person space to breathe and to let their emotions grow. At least that's what I think anyway. So if you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christinelovridge.com, and if you'd like to, you can read my book there for free, which is Attracting the Beautiful Woman of Your Dreams, if you'd like more attraction tips and stories from my own life on occasions where I've interacted with women and how basic and dating and how I met my wife and things like that. And it's called Attracting the Beautiful Woman of Your Dreams, and you can read it for free on the website, or you can get a physical copy on Amazon or on Kindle. You can get the Kindle version, but it's not necessary because it is for free on the website, and you don't even have to log in. You don't need to sign up to anything. It's just right there on the website. Just click on the link that says the book, and it'll take you right to the PDF reader on a page on my website, and you can read it for free. And it's not very long either, so you're not going to be spending hours and hours and hours of your life reading through a book that's 300 pages long. It's under 100 pages, in fact, so it won't take too long to get through. So thanks so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.